Good morning, everyone.
Sige.
I am Anna Rose Umambak.
And I am the host, Karen O. Alonco. And I am Jane Aroloto.
So, for today, we will going to discuss Robert Gagne's 9 events of instruction. So, Gagne's 9 events of instruction is an instructional design model proposed by Robert Gagne, a renowned educational psychologist. The model provides a framework for designing effective instruction by outlining a sequence of events that enhance learning and promote the acquisition of knowledge and skills. So each event represents a specific stage in the instructional process and serves a distinct purpose. So here are the stages of the Robert Gagne's 9 events of instruction. So first, gain attention, inform learners of the objective, stimulate recall of prior knowledge, present the content, provide guidance, elicit performance, provide feedback, assess performance, and enhance retention and transfer. So it is evident that Gagne's event of instruction provides a structured and systematic approach to instructional design. So the framework emphasizes learner engagement, active participation, and the application of knowledge and skills in real-world contexts. These elements align with contemporary educational practices that prioritizes learner-centered approaches, active learning, and the development of transferable skills. Next slide, please. So, however, it is important to note that the implementation of all 9 events may vary depending on the learning objectives and context. Flexibility is necessary to adopt the model of specific educational settings and the diverse needs of learners. So, additionally, the effectiveness of the framework relies on the skills and expertise of the instructors or instructional designers in designing and delivering instruction. Next slide, please. So, flexibility is crucial in the diverse educational landscape of today, where learners have different backgrounds, learning styles, and needs. Instructors and instructional designers must be able to adapt the framework to fit the unique requirements of their educational settings, whether it's a traditional classroom, online learning environment, or specialized training program. The focus on applying knowledge and skills in real-world contexts reflects the growing emphasis on developing transferable competencies rather than just rote memorization of facts. This alignment with learner-centered approaches is particularly valuable as it helps bridge the gap between traditional instructional models and the evolving needs of 21st century learners. So this adaptability is necessary whether the learning environment is a traditional classroom, an online platform, or specialized training program. This shift is focused acknowledges that learners are active participants in their own education and empowers them to take ownership of their learning journey. Next slide, please. So while the framework aligns well with contemporary educational practices, it is important to consider potential limitation or areas where it may not be fully adequate. For example, the structured and sequential nature of the framework may not always accommodate the need for more open-ended, exploratory, or problem-based learning approaches that are also gaining prominence in modern education. So by incorporating attention-grabbing strategies, clear learning objectives, active learning activities, and meaningful feedback, educators can optimize the learning experience for learners and achieve improved learning outcomes. So, to optimize the learning experience and achieve improved learning outcomes, educator can employ various strategies. So, attention-grabbing strategies such as using multimedia resources or real-world examples can help capture learners' interest and motivation. So, clear learning objectives provide learners with a sense of purpose and direction, guiding their learning journey. So that ends my part. Thank you.
Say good morning, ma'am. I am the second discussant to discuss explore the complexities involved in applying Ganya's 9 event to diverse learning environment, considering factors such as learners' characteristic, instructional content, and technological advancement. So, let's talk about the learner's characteristics. So Ghanaia's 9 events of instruction can be applied to diverse learning environments while considering learners' characteristics. By examining each event through the lens of inclusivity and providing practical insights, we aim to equip educators with the knowledge and tools necessary to create truly inclusive learning experiences for all learners. When considering also learners' characteristics such as varying abilities, backgrounds, and preferences, educators must tailor their instructional approach to meet diverse needs. This involves not only recognizing the different ways individuals learn, but also providing multiple pathways for assessing and interacting with material. By incorporating a variety of formats and modalities like visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and textual, educators can accommodate diverse learning preferences and ensure that all learners have equitable opportunities to engage with the content. So, for example, a teacher facilitates a discussion within each group where members share their results, insights, and experiences related to their learning preferences. A teacher can organize or a series of activities that cater to each learning style. So, for example, for visual learners, so teacher might provide diagrams, charts, and visual aids to convey information. So another one is for the auditory learners, in which members can conduct a group discussion, presentation, or podcast. So for reading or writing learners also, members or teachers can assign readings, provide written instructions, or encourage note-taking. And for the kinesthetic learners, so they can also incorporate hands-on activities, role-playing, or interactive exercises. So by incorporating various teaching methods and materials such as visual aids, hands-on activities, and group discussions. So to accommodate different learning styles. So also provide flexible groupings, arrangement, and scaffolded instruction to support students at different ability levels. So as a teacher, you should appreciate, guide, and accept the diverse differences of your students to promote a peaceful and comfortable way of learning. So for the instructional content, so Robert Gaines' 9 events of instruction offer a systematic framework for designing learning experiences that engage and empower learners. However, applying these events to diverse learning environment requires thoughtful adaptation to meet the unique needs and preferences of every student. By considering factors such as instructional content and learning characteristics, educator can tailor each event to create inclusive and effective learning experience that foster engagement and promote success. Instructional content should be presented in a variety of formats and modalities to accommodate diverse learning preferences, whether through visual aids, auditory explanation, hands-on activities, or textual materials in which educator can cater to the individual needs and strength of each learners, ensuring an equitable access to learning opportunities. So next is the technological advancement. So in today's digital age, technological advancement present both opportunities and challenges for both educators and learners. Integrating technology into instruction can enhance engagement, facilitate personalized learning, and provide access to a wealth of resources. However, leveraging technology effectively requires careful consideration of accessibility, digital literacy, and equitable access. Educator must ensure that technological tools and resources are inclusive and accessible to all learners, regardless of their technological proficiency or access to technology. So just like learning management system, educational educational apps and virtual classroom provide platforms for educators to communicate learning objectives effectively. So, through interactive videos, or infographics, educators can clarify objectives in multiple languages, ensuring accessibility for learners with diverse linguistic backgrounds. So, technological advancement play a significant role in shaping the delivery and effectiveness of instruction when applying the Ghanaian's 9 events to diverse learning objectives. By leveraging technology strategically, educator can create inclusive, engaging, and personalized learning experiences that cater to the needs and preferences of all the learners. As a technology continues to evolve, educators must embrace its potential to enhance instruction and promote equitable access to quality education for all learners. So that ends my part, and let's call Texidrin Alberto to continue the discussion.
So, good morning once again. I am the last discussant for this topic, and my part is to evaluate the extent to which Gagne's model addresses the multifaceted needs of modern learners and instructional designers, and to propose innovative adaptations or enhancements to the framework to optimize its relevance and effectiveness in today's educational landscape. So, Ganya's instructional design model offers a structured way of teaching that can help meet the needs of learners and teachers. So it can be adjusted for different learning situations, like in classrooms or online, which makes it flexible. Even though it was made before digital learning, its ideas still work online. So the model focuses on clear goals, in digital learning. So Ganya's model encourages active learning by involving students in different parts of the teaching process, like getting their attention and giving feedback. So it's important to keep students engaged. The model also sees how important feedback and tests students with helpful feedback and testing them. Ganya's model helps them understand and learn skills. So we all know that is understanding, correcting their and constructive feedback. Educators or we can help students identify areas for improvement and track their progress, ultimately facilitating skill development and knowledge acquisition. So through well-designed tests and evaluations, educators can measure students' comprehension, identify areas of strength and weaknesses, and tailor instruction to meet individual. Next slide. So there are also advantages. So there are some parts where Ganya's model doesn't fully meet the needs of today's learners and teachers. So it doesn't talk much about working with others or using technology, which are big parts of learning now. So it also doesn't deal much with teaching students the right kind of teaching for them. So students really have different needs and ways of learning. So by incorporating technology tools and digital resources into instructional design, so educators will different diverse learning styles which provide interactive learning opportunities and facilitate access to a wealth of educational content. So another area where Ganya's model may fall short is in its approach to individualized instruction. So today's students exhibit a wide range of learning preferences, strengths, and challenges, necessitating a more personalized approach to teaching. So tailoring instruction to meet the unique needs of each student through differentiated instruction or learning strategies, we can optimize learning outcomes and promote student success. So even though Ganya's model is based online, it doesn't say much about using technology. So if we improved the model to use technology better, it could help meet the needs of today's learners and teachers. So overall, Ganya's model is helpful, but we might need to change it a bit really make the learners interesting. So adding things like working together, personal teaching, and using technology will make it even better. So next slide please. Effectiveness of Gania's model and address the multifaceted needs of modern learners and instructional designers involving education requirements of the 21st century. So the following are to be proposed. So first is to have social learning activities like report, discussions, and collaborative subjects to help students learn from each other. So through students, students can initial interaction with their peers. The second is to adopt the model to include personalized and differentiated instruction lessons to cater to their diverse learning styles and preferences. The third is to use technology more by adding videos, simulations, and online activities to make learning more fun and interesting. So, fourth is to focus on teaching problem-solving skills and how to think critically by giving students real-time problems to solve that will help them better learners in the math of the 21st century workforce. And the last step is to give students, the fifth one is to give students feedback and let them control their learning by letting them learn on their own sometimes. And the last one is to make learning more interesting by using different ways to present information and teaching students how to understand their emotions better. So by implementing these proposals, Gania's instructional design model will be to better meet the multifaceted needs of modern learners and instructional designers, equipping them with essential skills and capacities required to thrive in the dynamic educational landscape of the 21st century. That's